And welcoming everyone once again here at Hanson Memorial Field. I'm JJ Sylvia. The band's back together as I'm joined by Mr. Carter Sylvia, Somerset Berkley High School legend and the member of the Somerset Berkley Regional High School hockey team. And Carter, a 3-network broadcast for us tonight: Somerset Access TV, Berkley Community Access TV, and Fred TV. And couldn't have been a better game for this 3-network broadcast.
Yeah, definitely. The boys have been looking forward to this one all week. Durfee, Somerset Berkley, doesn't get any better than that.
And Carter, we have two teams coming in Somerset and Durfee. Durfee, a very young team. About 50% of their roster are either sophomores or freshmen. With this Somerset Berkley team, mostly juniors and seniors, it's going to be a tall task for the Hilltoppers coming in tonight.
Yeah, definitely for sure, John. I mean, as you said, a whole team with underclassmen. It's definitely tough for them, but I like the Hilltoppers in this matchup because this Raider team hasn't been looking their best through the 3 games of the season.
Raiders come in at 0-3, while the Hilltoppers come in at 1-2. And Carter, the Hilltoppers started off their season on a hot note, scoring 40-plus points in a win against Falmouth.
Yeah, for sure, John. I mean, Matt Sherry looked phenomenal in that game, especially. I mean, rushing and throwing the ball is definitely extraordinary to watch.
Sherry, the southpaw, is going to have a big game tonight if the Hilltoppers want to come out victorious. Let's head down to the field for introductions and the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Drew Dion, number 0, Kyle Hamblett, number 71, Gavin Sylvester, and number 3, Liam Meehan. And fans, as we do at every home game, let's get up on our feet and help welcome our Somerset Berkley Raiders out onto the football field.
Another tremendous rendition of the national anthem by the famous Blue Raider marching band. And Carter, the Battle of the Braga Bridge is reborn once more. And for both teams, this is pretty much a must-win game in terms of playoff implications. I know it's still early in the season, but both these squads got to have it tonight.
Yeah, for sure, John. And from watching film on both teams, it seems like a pretty evenly matched matchup. I mean, despite the age gaps between the two teams, both have a lot of skill and a lot of talent.
Most certainly a lot of skill and talent on both sides. Durfee will receive the opening kickoff, so Somerset Berkley will get the ball to start the second half. Back deep for the Hilltoppers, Delvin Waller, as well as Nelson Caraballo.
Great matchup between these two schools. Let's have fun.
Raiders will be kicking off from left to right across your screens. They're in their home blues. Durfee in the away whites with the red pants. A time-honored tradition here in the south coast of Massachusetts. Once again, getting underway. We have Friday Night Lights from here at Hanson Memorial Field. A bobbling kick is fielded, and trying to shake a few tackles before being brought down is Jalen Williams, close to the 50-yard line. An excellent starting field position for the Hilltopper offense, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, they took advantage of that short kick. The Raiders trying to catch him off guard with a little wobbly kick, and the Hilltoppers took advantage with a nice gain.
Ball is spotted officially at the 46-yard line of Durfee, and that is where the offense will start, led by southpaw junior quarterback Matt Sherry. Sherry in his second year as a starter. Last year he was chosen as the starting quarterback as a sophomore on a team that this year is full of sophomores from a dominant Durfee freshman football team from last year, Carter, which the Hilltoppers are no strangers to having dominant freshman teams.
Yeah, for sure, John. And going from youngin to now a leader of this football team, they're going to need him to piggyback against this Raider team.
Marvin Zantuan on the first carry, just short of the first down by about a yard. Bring up about a 2nd and 1 to come.
Tackle by number 8, Sam Mello, and number 5, Brody Cabral.
Mello and Cabral combined for the tackles for the Raiders.
Gain of 9 yards on the play, 2nd down and 1.
Now Sherry and the offense back to work. Sherry in the shotgun. One running back behind him, and Antoine, and another to his right. Getting orders from head coach Taylor Brown in his 10th season non-consecutively. Has served 2 separate tenures as the Hilltoppers had Kyle Hamlin in the backfield trying to wrap up Antoine. He'll get some help.
Great play there by Kyle Hamlin. Number 0 today, changing his number, and he showed out there blowing up that outside run. And great job there by the Raider defense.
That'll seriously push back Durfee there by about 4 yards. They get retreated. And a 3rd down and 4 coming up. Raider fans trying to get behind their squad. A solid crowd in attendance. Hanson Memorial always has a bit of a late arriving crowd, but tonight I'm expecting pretty much a full house. Durfee tends to travel well, and Somerset Berkley always brings student fans and just general fans out in droves. Sherry in the shotgun, 2 receivers right and 1 left, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. The snap to Sherry in the southpaw, back to throw, looking right, intercepted! Picked off by the Raiders. Looks like Sam Mello has it right at about the 50-yard line.
Great play there by Sam Mello. Despite the injured ankle, it seems to have not affected him, as that was he got up high in the air to make that interception, and the Raiders will take it at midfield.
Mello going airborne there for the pick. Coaching staff and his fellow players are fired up for him on the sideline, and Somerset Berkley, after the interception, will take over at exactly the 50-yard line with a 1st down and 10. And now we meet the offense for the Raiders, led by junior quarterback Mason Benjamin. Back to the wing tee the Raiders go. Benjamin on the keep up the middle. He's going to get some help to push the pile. He'll get about 4.5 on that one.
Mason Benjamin.
And Mason Benjamin, they ran out that play a lot against Malden Catholic, and it got them decent gains, 5-6-yard gains almost every play. So definitely an efficient play that Coach Freitas needs to keep in his back pocket for later in the game.
Raiders a 35-12 loss at Malden Catholic. That part of a 0-3 start to the season, but that 0-3, Carter, doesn't really tell us the whole story. They went through an absolute gauntlet, to quote Keegan Hamlet, in the early portion of their season. Hanover, Fairhaven, and then Malden Catholic.
Yeah, for sure, John. And those are some of the 3 best teams they're going to play all year, and it will definitely prepare them when state tournament comes around.
Benjamin goes back for Meehan. Meehan going behind some blockers. He's got more than enough for a Raider 1st down. And some chippiness behind the play between Hamlet and Antoine.
Great play there by Liam Meehan, just bulldozing through that Hilltopper defense for a nice, easy 1st down.
Solomon Haji on the tackle for the Hilltoppers. But the Raiders on the move, another 1st down and 10 to come. Raiders led by 17th-year head coach Nick Freitas, a 110-62 career record as the front man here at Somerset Berkley. Freitas, a graduate of Joseph Case High School, one of many coaches here at Somerset Berkley that graduated from nearby Case. A.J. Griffin will get the toss this time, and Griffin, with a nice solid gain on 1st down, gets about 7, maybe 6. And Carter, the performances we've seen this year out of A.J. Griffin, he has been an absolute workhorse for this Raider offense.
Yeah, for sure, John. It may not show on the stat line, as he only has not as many yards as you expect as a heavy carry running back, but in those short yardage situations, he's impossible to stop, as he will pick up 2-3 yards each and every time he gets the ball.
2nd down and about 4 coming up for the Raiders. Benjamin under center, goes back for Meehan again. Meehan able to stumble forward close to the 1st down marker. Question is whether he got it or not.
Yeah, and back on A.J. Griffin, he has 25 carries for 60 yards and two touchdowns, which they mostly use him on those short yardage situations. So on 25 carries and 60 yards, that's definitely impressive numbers, despite how many carries he does have.
Gain of 3 yards.
If you look at it from a short yardage situation, you can definitely see what Carter means there. So they will mark me in just short of the line to gain. So a 3rd down and about 1 to 3rd down in inches coming up. Benjamin for Griffin. Behind a few blockers, he's got the 1st down and more for the Raiders. And the ball came out at the end of the play, it looks like. Let's see, some are saying he was down, others saying it's a fumble, and Somerset Berkley will have to give up possession. Looks like a fumble there.
Yeah, I mean, didn't really see much in there in that pile, John. It was kind of covered, couldn't really see the ball. Probably was a tough decision for the refs as well because they probably couldn't see either. So they just had to make a quick decision, and now the Hilltoppers have got a lifeline after the interception thrown by Matt Sherry.
So back-to-back turnovers by both offenses to start this one.
25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers are set up at their 25, where they will get started on their 2nd offensive drive of the game. And for head coach Taylor Brown, his 2nd stint as the head man for the Hilltoppers, served from 2014 to 2018, and then from 2019 to today are his 2 stints with the Durfee football squad. Hilltoppers are going to a couple yards out of that 1st carry, bring up a 2nd down and about 8. About halfway through this 1st quarter as the sun starts to set here at Hanson Memorial Field. A beautiful night. So glad you could all join us on one of the many platforms you could be viewing us from: Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, Fred TV, or Blue Raider Studios on YouTube. Sherry, the fake handoff, he'll take it himself. Sherry wrestled down by Lambert, Dion, and a couple others.
That's what you got to watch out with Matt Sherry. Despite having that rocket arm, he also has really fast legs, and he showed it there as a quick cut up the middle. Got him a nice 7-8 yard gain.
3, Aiden Lambert, and number 69, Max Pasternak on the combined tackle.
Just under 6 minutes left in quarter 1. A 3rd down and short coming up for Durfee. Last time they were in this situation, Carter, we had an interception by the Raider defense. Let's see what the Hilltoppers do here. Sherry back in the shotgun, 1 to his right as a running back, another behind him, 2 receivers right and 1 left. The snap to Sherry, he'll keep it and run behind his running back up the middle. He's got the 1st down, taken down by Crook.
Yeah, great play call there, and they saw that the Raider defense was maybe ready for a pass, and they switched it up as Matt Sherry runs it again for a nice little 10-yard gain, and that's how you need to move the ball, especially as the Hilltoppers, as they threw an interception last drive.
Gain of 11 yards on the play.
Durfee looking like they're starting to build momentum against a Somerset Berkley squad that has been riddled, and I mean riddled, with injuries thus far this season all across the board, but they keep on chugging along. Another 1st down. Sherry takes the snap and a handoff. Antoine running left. A nice juke move to evade Lambert. Antoine still pushing forward. Will be about 4 yards shy of the 1st down.
Great run there by Marvin's Antoine. We were watching him against Dartmouth, and he was really impressive with just those quick cuts in between linebackers and defensive backs. It's really impressive to watch, and we saw it there as he picked up a nice gain. And it looks like they'll have about a 3rd and 3 to go.
Gain of 7 yards on the play, 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3 coming up for Durfee. About 4 minutes left in quarter 1. Sherry eyes the defense and waits on the snap. Sherry, another handoff, this time to Mosiah Cousins. Cousins quickly met behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like. Hilltoppers will look like they'll lose a yard on that one, maybe a half yard.
Yeah, a great tackle there.
Looks like Kyle Hamlet.
Great tackle there by Kyle Hamlet. My mistake on the last play, John. Now it's a 3rd and 3, as the Raiders really need a big stop here, because if the Hilltoppers get this 1st down, they can take the momentum and most likely get a touchdown on this drive.
3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3 coming up, as Carter mentioned, with 3:33 and counting to go in this first of 4 quarters tonight. on a beautiful evening, mid-70s, light breeze here in Somerset. You couldn't ask for better football weather. Sherry running right this time on the keep, and he has what looks like a Durfee first down.
Clearly, the Hilltoppers have found something, a little weakness in that Raider defense with Matt Sherry just running him up the middle with those little QB zones and QB blasts, and they're picking up good yardage on this drive.
1st and 10 for Durfee at the Raider 45-yard line.
And to talk a little bit more about Durfee head coach Taylor Brown, he was a 2001 grad of Durfee High School, a former quarterback on this Hilltopper squad. And then he moved on to Norwich University, where he was all conference as a defensive player. Another handoff left, and getting tripped up before he could get much yardage out of it was Mosiah Cousins.
Number 7, Mosiah Cousins on the run. Number 13, Finn Crook, the leader on the tackle.
Great play there by Finn Crook. Back in the lineup after concussion last week, and out with the concussion last week, and he showed that he was ready for that tackle as he's been waiting to get back in the lineup after being injured.
Head coach Taylor Brown for Durfee trying to come up with a solution here. That play just did not work. 2nd down and 10 on the way for the former Portsmouth High School and Joseph Case High School head coach in Taylor and his Durfee Hilltopper offense. Sherry with 2 receivers left and 2 right, and a timeout on the way. Looks like it was called by Durfee. First timeout for either side.
Durfee High School with 1 minute and 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. That is Durfee's first timeout of the first half.
1:39 left in the first quarter, and Carter, a dead even 0-0 game between these two squads. It's really been all about the defenses thus far.
Yeah, for sure, John. I mean, we thought we were going to see an all-out air attack by the Hilltoppers today, but after the interception, they've kind of went away from the passing game and just started running with Matt Sherry, and it's working to perfection so far.
Sherry and the combined efforts of Marvin's Antoine and Mosiah Cousins have helped to move along this Durfee offense past midfield, but after that last tackle on first down for the Hilltoppers, they face a 2nd down and 10 out of the timeout. And another big matchup I want to watch today, Carter. 2 sophomores on this offensive line for Durfee, and Eric DePina and Hunter Martin going up against pretty much an all-senior defensive line for Somerset Berkley. We'll keep an eye on that. Sherry with Antoine to his left in the backfield. He'll motion him 2 behind him, 2 receivers right and 2 left. The handoff to Antoine going left. Meehan able to grab the tackle on Antoine after he gains about 3 yards.
Great tackle there by Liam Meehan. If he doesn't make that tackle, Antoine goes for 5-6 more yards, so definitely an impressive open field tackle by Liam Meehan.
Carter was mentioning it a lot in the last matchup for Malden Catholic, the emphasis that has been placed on open field tackling for this Raider defense. I'm sure that's no different tonight with the speed and agility that these Hilltopper runners and receivers have. 1 running back in the backfield here, 1 in motion here for Sherry. He fakes the handoff, and a throw to the right is caught for a Durfee first down. Sherry connecting with James Gondry.
Great little slant there from Sherry to Gondry and to Gondra. And that's those little passes that they're going to do. They know that this Raiders secondary is not as good as in years past, so they exploited it there with a nice gain.
Gain of 11 yards on the catch and run.
Gondra was pretty much locked up there by the Raiders, but he was still able in tight coverage to make that catch. You have to love it if you're Taylor Brown. Another first down here for Durfee. Sherry for Antoine. He has nowhere to go. Met right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Forward progress will keep him at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Raiders' defensive line really just blew it up there. They saw it was coming, and no prevail for Marvin's Antoine.
2nd down and 10 on the way. Antoine a little shaken up after that one, too. He's squatting down as the first quarter comes to an end. A 0-0 tie between these two squads as we take a short break, and we will be right back here on Somerset Access TV, Berkley Community Access TV, Fred TV, and Blue Raider Studios. Second quarter set to get underway here at Hanson Memorial Field. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you as the 1-2 Durfee Hilltoppers do battle with the 0-3 Somerset Berkley Raiders. And Carter, we are deadlocked in this one. Durfee starting to establish a little bit of pressure on offense, but it's really been stagnant for both squads. The defense is really stepping up.
For sure, John, and the defenses have been looked great tonight.
Sherry looking to throw left. He decided differently. Now looking to run, trying to find the sideline. Meehan will wrap him up and get some help from Sam Mello to secure the tackle.
Matt Sherry really scrambled around there. Couldn't find any room to the outside or up the middle. So he just had to take the punishment as great tackling there by the Raider defense.
A 3rd and long coming up for the Hilltoppers, looking to break the ice here in the early portion of this second quarter.
And 9 yards to go.
Sun almost fully set here in Somerset. The lights are on. And this game is oh so entertaining thus far. Sherry, shotgun formation. One running back with him, 2 right, 2 left. Sherry, back to throw. The southpaw running around, buying time. Sherry looking left, and the catch made. Landon Nagara able to find the sideline and get a Durfee first down.
Great play there from Sherry to Nogara. Nogara also the team's punter, so definitely a versatile player there. And Matt Sherry, once again, just scrambling out, went to the right, went all the way back to the left, and eventually found his read to Nogara in the flat for an easy first down.
On the catch and run. 1st and 10 for Durfee at the Raider 18-yard line.
A 12-yard connection between Sherry and Nagara. And now Durfee really moving. Sherry, the handoff. Antoine shakes a Drew Dion tackle to get a few more yards. Looks like he will be just short of the first down, but this Durfee offense, Carter, starting to really look like they've picked it up.
Yeah, Marvin's Antoine not giving up despite some short gains and stood up at the line. He's not giving up as he's been chugging along and taking a lot of brutal hits here in this first half.
I mentioned Antoine was shaken up a little bit earlier, but didn't seem like it was bothering him at all there. 2 receivers right and 2 left here for Sherry. He's back in the shotgun formation. We've seen a lot of that tonight for the junior southpaw. Sherry looking to run it himself. Gets wrapped up almost instantly.
Matthew Sherry on the quarterback keeper.
Creative play call there by the Hilltoppers. A fake jet sweep into a QB read, and it's a good way to just get little short yardage as the Hilltoppers will look to try and get the touchdown here.
1st and goal on the way.
Durfee, just behind the 5-yard line.
At about the 6-yard line here is where they will start on this 1st and goal. Under 10 to play in the half. Still no score, but that might change right here. Sherry motioning 2 receivers to his right, has 1 running back in the backfield with him in Cousins, and a timeout called.
We have a timeout called by Durfee High School with 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the second quarter. That is Durfee's 2nd timeout of the first half.
And Carter, during this Durfee timeout, what do you think the message is from head coach Taylor Brown to his Hilltoppers?
Yeah, I think it's all about patience. You've seen that gaps have opened and passing lanes have opened for the Hilltoppers, but they know that the Raiders are going to tighten down in the red zone. So you really just have to pick your spots perfectly, and you can't limit mistakes because, as you've seen, if you throw one near Sam Mello or one of those cornerbacks' way, they will make a play on it.
I'll be interested to see what the choice will be here, either run or pass. Both of them have worked for the Durfee offense thus far. Let's see what they do here. Exactly 9:42 left here in half number 1. And Durfee looking to get on the board first in what has been a very low-scoring game thus far here at Hanson.
Out of the timeout, it's a 1st down and goal.
2 receivers right for Sherry. 1 running back in the backfield again. Sherry on the jet sweep. Handoff right, heading for the sideline, and he will not get there. Looked like Jalen Williams on that sweep.
Once again, a common theme in this Hilltopper offense is that jet sweep, and it nearly got there as great tackle there by Aiden Lambert and Hamza Chaudhry, really just to prevent him from getting into the end zone.
Clock running again, about to go under 9 minutes to play in the half. A second down and goal coming up
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
for the
Second down and
Hilltoppers
goal
after the
from
4-yard
2.
gain. Sherry now with 2 receivers left and 1 running back in the backfield. Sherry looking to take it himself, going right, and he's in. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Touchdown Hilltoppers, number 2, Matthew
Once
Sherry.
again, it's Matthew Sherry keeping the ball himself, finding those gaps in the Raider defense, and walks in for an easy touchdown, almost untouched.
So Durfee is on the board first. And now let's see if they go for 2 or go for the PAT. Right now it's looking like they're going for the PAT. Sherry will stay out there as the kicker. Holder will be Landon Nagara. Long snapper is Braden Kinder for the Hilltoppers, one of the smaller players on this team, but a good long snapper. Kick is up, and it is good. And a 7-0 lead for the Hilltoppers as they strike first.
That runs the score to Durfee 7 and Somerset Berkley 0 with 8 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And Carter, we talked about it pregame. Somerset Berkley was speaking a lot pregame about how they were trying to put more emphasis on the run coming into this game, but maybe seeing how the passing offense has come alive for Durfee, maybe they want to try and match it if you're the Raider offense.
For sure, John, especially what success you saw against Fairhaven. Despite the loss, they threw almost perfectly through the passing game, 11 for 12. That's something you don't usually see out of Raider offenses, so maybe they should change their ways to the passing game and see if they can try and get some bigger yardage.
Raider offense will have their second drive after this kickoff. Finn Crook among the players back, ready to receive for Somerset Berkley.
Number 2, Matthew Sherry on the Durfee kickoff.
Sherry with the kick. That one's going to bounce past Sam Mello and into the back of the end zone. That's a touchback.
For a touchback. The ball will be marked.
Matthew Sherry, very versatile player here, John. Scoring touchdowns on the ground with his feet, then using his feet to kick the ball for a touchback. Definitely an impressive player.
Yeah, Sherry, an athlete to say the very least. An injury timeout here, which gives us a chance to remind you that tonight's coverage of Somerset Berkley football is proudly sponsored by Somerset Federal Credit Union, offering a full range of financial services with convenient locations in Somerset and Swansea, Massachusetts. SFCU is focused on you. .8:54 left to go in the first half. Carter Sylvia and I will step aside briefly for this injury timeout. Back out of the injury timeout. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you for Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, Fall River Educational TV, and Blue Raider Studios on YouTube. And here comes the Raider offense once again. Mason Benjamin to lead him out. Benjamin gives back for me, and he's had success on the ground thus far. He'll be taken down as a flag comes flying in from the backfield. Let's see what the call is here.
Pitch went to number 3, Liam Meehan. There is a flag on the play.
We'll wait on the call here. And it looks like it's against the Raiders.
Don't know the exact call there, John, but we'll wait for Keegan on his announcement over the PA announcements.
The flag went against Somerset Berkley. for 10 yards. That sets up a first down and 20.
Based on the 10 yards that the Raiders got pushed back, I'd say probably a hold. But nonetheless, a first down and 20 coming up for the Raiders. Not exactly the look you want to start your second offensive drive after the fumble on your first. Now it's Griffin this time. Going to get a good chunk of that 10-yard loss back. Got about 6 on that one.
A.J. Griffin dashing through the defense, and he's going to look to redeem himself after that fumble on the last drive with a little controversy as, they didn't know if he actually fumbled it or not because Coach Freitas was preaching to the refs that he was down.
On the play. Second down, 15.
Second and 15 coming up, and fans, make sure to subscribe to Blue Raider Studios on YouTube for video coverage of athletic and other school events, and also follow along on the Blue Raider Studios and SB_athletics X pages. Now Finn Crook running left here, able to shake one tackle. Looks like he just about got back to the initial line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard or a half yard behind it. It'll bring up about a third down and 10.
Yeah, it's a big third down and 10, John, especially seeing how the Raiders started this drive with a penalty, and if they can get this first down here, it's a great momentum boost for them as they can go on a long drive here and hopefully get some points on the board.
Sets up third down and 10.
And Carter, this might be an opportunity to break out some of those pass plays that we saw from the Raiders against Fairhaven. Benjamin under center. Takes the snap, back to throw and rolling right. Benjamin, nowhere to go. He's still on his feet and able to get it away. Didn't get much of a yardage gain out of it, but Benjamin was able to get rid of the ball to Brody Cabral. He was tackled at right about the... Actually, they're going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like they blew it dead, John, as soon as Mason Benjamin's quarterback, as soon as his helmet came off his head, they ruled it as a sack, so that'll be fourth down and however many yards that we put on the board.
So they will rule that as a sack. Damian Chieta was the one who got it.
The play was ruled dead when the helmet came off.
I was actually surprised that Benjamin was still able to stay on his feet after getting his helmet ripped off, but nonetheless, looks like the Raiders will punt here, backed up almost to their own end zone, and this time looking like a timeout
Somerset Berkley.
for Nick Freitas.
Yeah, back on that play by Mason Benjamin, despite, as you said, John, his helmet coming off his head and almost going like into the end zone, he still stayed up on his feet and completed the pass to Brody Cabral. Definitely shows what type of player he is and how, even as next year into his senior season, how much of a better player he can become.
Benjamin only a junior, so still one more year potentially to be the quarterback for this Somerset Berkley squad. And with 6:57 left, we await both squads to come out of this timeout. 7-0 Durfee, and Somerset will look to punt. And fans, the fall sports season is here. To access all sports schedules, head on over to arbiterlive.com and enter in your school in the search bar and access all team matchups, times, and locations. That's arbiterlive.com, ARBITERLIV.com. Raiders will look to punt here. Mason Benjamin. Waiting to see what the call is from his head coach here. Now he'll head over to the sideline. Now it looks like coming out to punt will be James Darlington for the Raiders.
James Darlington in punt formation.
Darlington getting more orders from Nick Freitas. Brody Cabral coming into the play late. Back to receive for Durfee is Messiah Cousins. Snap to Darlington, and a decent punt here. That one will take a lucky Raiders bounce and keep on rolling all the way inside the 45 of Durfee. They will down it at about the 42. A solid punt there for Darlington.
Very solid punt there by James Darlington. Really haven't seen him punt all of his high school football career. Definitely an impressive punt there by James Darlington as it pushes the Hilltoppers back into their own territory.
Nearly a 50-yard punt there for James Darlington. But now for the third drive of this game for the Hilltopper offense, they have pretty decent field position again, much like their first.
1st and 10 for Durfee at their own 42-yard line.
Sherry back in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers right and 2 left with running back in the backfield. And Sherry, the handoff, going right and getting wrapped up after about a 3-yard gain is Messiah Cousins.
Yeah, great tackle there by Sam Mello and Drew Dion, as it was a simple inside zone for the Hilltoppers, and the Raiders knew it was coming, and they blew it up.
Messiah Cousins over 100 yards rushing, and Durfee's only win of the season and the season opener against Falmouth. So we'll be looking for him to explode for this Hilltopper offense here throughout the rest of this game.
And 8.
About to go under 6 minutes to play in the half. Sherry once again in the shotgun. Has a receiver motioning from left to right. Sherry will take it up the middle. Not able to get more than maybe 2 yards or maybe 3 out of that one. It'll bring up a 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, great tackle there by Max Pasternak. That's might be his 10th tackle in the season, and he's quietly, as he's come back for his senior season for the Somerset Berkley Raiders, he's been quietly one of their best defensive players on the defensive line.
3rd down and 5 coming up for Sherry and company.
Gain of 3 on
If
the
you're
fly,
Somerset
3rd
Berkley,
down
especially in
and
terms of
5.
momentum in this first half, you need a stop here. Sherry motioning Nagara from right to left. Back to throw is Sherry. Looks up the middle, incomplete. But a flag does come down.
Dangerous pass there by Matt Sherry, as it could have very easily been intercepted once again, and let's see what the flag is here.
Let's see what the flag is here. Might push Durfee back. Looks like an illegal shift on the offense. Penalty will be declined, however, by Nick Freitas.
Yeah, it looks like Nagara didn't get set after that motion across, and that can hurt you in the long run, John, for sure.
That penalty will be declined, setting up a 4th
Indeed.
down and 5.
And now a 4th down and 5 coming up. Let's see if Durfee decides to go with a punt or if they'll make the gutsy call and go for it. And as of right now, it at least looks like they will punt. Long snapper Braden Kinder leading out the special teams unit. Nagara is back to punt for Durfee. Back to receive the punt is Finn Crook for the Raiders. Snap to Nagara, and he'll punt it. Taking a very favorable Durfee bounce. Crook will let it roll to about the 15-yard line, which is where the Hilltoppers will down it.
15-yard line.
That's a good little punt there by Nagara, and once again the Raiders are backed into behind their own 20-yard line. Let's see what they can do, as they have to go down almost 80 yards to get to the other end zone.
Indeed, the Raiders do have to go about 85 yards in under 5 minutes, 4:52 to go in the half. Raiders do, however, receive the second half kickoff, so that is something to note.
For Somerset Berkley at their own 15-yard line.
We've seen some pass attempts from both squads, but mostly a ground and pound type of day offensively between the Raiders and Hilltoppers. Benjamin to Meehan. Running behind blockers, Liam Meehan, a solid gain of about 8.5 on 1st down.
Yeah, good little pitch there to Liam Meehan, deep in the backfield there, as he was 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and those type of plays are a staple in Coach Freitas' offenses, as it picks up at least 6 to 7 to 8 yards on every given play.
Luis Pena, as well as Carter Morrill on the tackle. 2nd down and 1.
Lewis Pina in on the tackle for Durfee. 2nd down and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Benjamin for Meehan again. Running left and now back up the middle. Meehan's got some room. Liam Meehan has Antoine chasing him down, and Antoine will finally wrestle him to the ground past the 50-yard line.
Seems like, John, I gave the Raiders a little bit of words of wisdom as I said those pitch plays pick up a lot of yards. Right there, it picked up over 20 in first down, by as the fans usually like to say, and that's a really big gain for Liam Meehan as that gave him the momentum that the Raiders really needed.
A big run there for Liam Meehan. Once again, channeling his inner Marshawn Lynch. Just keep the legs moving. This time it goes to Crook. Crook up the middle. Got tripped up a bit. Would have had more yardage if he didn't, but that is still another Raider first down.
There we go, Finn Crook. The Raiders are really happy he's back into the lineup this week as
looks like Crook a little shaken up after that one as well. Another injury timeout on the way for Carter Sylvia and I. We'll be right back. Out of the injury timeout, it looks like, at least for the moment, Finn Crook is okay. Limping a little bit, but definitely a good sign if you're a Raider fan that he was able to get off under his own power. A double handoff here, and Meehan will bulldoze forward.
Once again, another staple in the Nick Freitas offense is that double handoff. And against Malden Catholic, it didn't work as much as they wanted to, but they're going to keep going to it as it's usually a play that they run in practice a lot.
Durfee coming into this one, losers of 2 straight. They lost 29-7 at home to Taunton, and then a crushing 21-14 loss at Dartmouth last week. We were watching a lot of tape on that. Durfee made a great comeback effort in the second half that just fell short. Another give to Meehan, and he's got the first down to about the 21.
Clearly that pitch to Liam Meehan is working to perfection as, once again, it picks up another 7 or 8 yards, and let's see if they keep going back to it, because if the Hilltoppers can't find an answer for it, they can be walking into the end zone with ease.
And Carter, we were talking about how the Durfee offense was starting to pick it up. Now we can see the same thing for Somerset Berkley, as it looks like a keep here.
That's Mason Benjamin on the quarterback keeper.
Benjamin will get about 2 or 3 on that one. Benjamin back into the huddle, makes the play call.
2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9 coming up, so they only gave him 1 on that last gain. Now to Griffin, going up the middle. And it looks like Griffin will get to about the 17, 16-yard line.
And now with the Raiders in the red zone, they're really going to need to find a way to get into the end zone, as there's only 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock.
Very worth noting from Carter there. 1 minute and 38 and counting to go before we take our halftime break. Raiders looking to draw even with the Hilltoppers. 3rd and 5. Benjamin, this time for Sam Mello, looking to find the sideline. Mello gets rocked and cannot move any further. Looks like in on the tackle was Eddie Barrios for Durfee.
Just a note, John, that's actually a great play there by Sam Mello, going to the outside and getting out of bounds, as that gives the time for the Raiders to draw up a really unique play to try and get this first down.
A 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2 coming up for Somerset Berkley here. Make it 4th, my apologies. The
4th
down marker had not been changed yet. 4th down and 2 coming up. Raiders going for it. Benjamin gives it to Meehan. Looks like he has the first down. He does, inside the 10-yard line.
Once again, it's that pitch to the left to Liam Meehan that picks up the first down, and now that they got that first down, they have some time to really find out what they can do to get into the end zone.
And now, Carter, both of us have messed up on what down it was, so I guess we both still have some rust to work off. Only my 2nd game this season for SB football. Carter's first. Meehan running right. First here at home, I should say. Meehan will get Maybe 1 or 2 on that one. And it looks like a timeout called by Nick Freitas as well.
51 seconds to go in the second quarter.
51 seconds remaining in the half, and Carter,
Somerset Berkley,
let's put you now in Nick Freitas' shoes. What's your play call for the next couple of plays here for the Raider offense?
Yeah, I mean, as you saw in this drive, that pitch to Liam Meehan has been working to perfection. But I think it's time to change up and try and get a pass. Maybe look to the back of the end zone. We've seen how Jason Poisson has been really good in the red zone and when you throw the ball high up to him. Let's see if they go his way and try and get a touchdown.
And Carter, we saw Kyle Hamlet as well wearing number 0 tonight, getting some snaps with the first-team offense in pregame at the tight end position. So maybe the Raiders will try to use him in almost a Rob Gronkowski type of role here in this red zone scenario.
Or as the Patriots used to do back in the day with Mike Vrabel, as he was a defensive player who was very prominent in the red zone, as every catch in his career was a touchdown.
Out of the timeout, it's a second down and goal from the Hilltoppers 6-yard line.
Second and goal coming up for the Raiders. 51 seconds left in the half. One receiver out left is A.J. Griffin. Benjamin, the pitch. Meehan up the middle. Touchdown! Somerset Berkley.
Number 3, Liam Meehan, the 6-yard
Once again,
touchdown.
it's the pitch to Liam Meehan. And it works once again as Liam Meehan walks right into the end zone for an easy touchdown as there's 45 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if the Raiders can punch this extra point in to tie up the ball game.
Raiders will look for the PAT now. And Gavin Kamara, Carter, one of your hockey teammates, is now on to try and kick this extra point.
Gavin Kamara to kick the extra point.
Benjamin to hold for Kamara. It's a high snap. Benjamin gets it down, and Kamara puts it right down Main Street. And we have a tie ball game here at Hansen.
Yeah, exactly what the Raiders needed there, John. A touchdown right before half. Let's see if they can get a stop the Hilltoppers from marching down the field in these last 45 seconds as the Raiders get the ball at half. And let's see if they can get a touchdown on their initial drive in the second half.
But we can't do it without you.
We will see if the Raiders can do that, but now our focus goes to this kickoff and the last 45 seconds of half number 1.
Senior night celebrations.
But Carter, you really have to love the bounce-back effort from the Raider offense, struggling on their first couple of drives, but on that drive, just running like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, John, I mean, it was almost picture perfect, finding each and every hole, and it looked like they were unstoppable on this drive, and that's what you need to see from them all game, as if they keep doing that, the Hilltoppers have no way of stopping this Raider offense.
Well, so far, everyone, this Battle of the Braga Bridge installment has not disappointed. A 7-7 game with 45 seconds left in the first half. Raiders will kick off from right to left.
Number 28, Gavin Kamara on the Raider kickoff.
Kamara on the kickoff here. Jalen Williams among those back for Durfee to potentially receive this kick. Kamara, a low-hanging kick, finds its way on a couple bounces to Williams. Williams, a nice fake there, looking to cut across the field. Williams across the 50-yard line, still shedding tackles. Williams finally brought down at almost the 40-yard line of Somerset Berkley. That's a couple of big returns by Jalen Williams tonight for the Hilltoppers, Carter.
Once again, they tried to go with that short squib kick, and the Hilltoppers took advantage as Williams dashing around the Raiders return team, as it was really impressive to watch there.
So 35 seconds left in the half. Let's see if this Durfee offense has a little bit of magic in them to try and put themselves back in the lead before we hit our halftime break. Sherry back behind center in the shotgun formation. 2 running backs with him, 1 receiver left and 1 right. Snap to Sherry, fakes the handoff to Antoine. Sherry looking to throw deep, incomplete.
Sherry's pass is incomplete.
He was looking in the direction of Williams.
Great coverage there by Sam Mello, really not allowing Williams to get any separation, as it caused Matt Sherry to try and fit that ball in there to no prevail.
Sam Mello in defensive coverage.
And another reminder to everyone watching tonight, Somerset Berkley football coverage is brought to you by Somerset Federal Credit Union, offering personalized banking solutions and community-focused service with convenient locations in Somerset and Swansea, Massachusetts. SFCU is focused on you. Second down and 10 coming up for the Hilltopper offense with half a minute to play in the half. Sherry is going to have four receivers to his right. Snap to Sherry with an empty backfield. Has to hurry up, nearly gets sacked. Sherry will run it up the middle with a flag coming in late. He's got about 5, maybe more, depending on the flag.
Yeah, Matt Sherry, once again, scrambling around, trying to find any little space to get through, and definitely an impressive run there as he dragged a couple defenders with him for extra yards.
It was Kyle Hamblin and Drew Dion on the combined
Flag
tackle.
does stop the clock with 21 seconds left. Let's see what the call is here. Really could go either way. Looks like a face mask on Somerset Berkley. That is an unfortunate call, and that'll really help the Durfee offense out.
Because as they get closer and closer, John, they're getting not just for a touchdown, but also in field goal range, as we've seen Matt Sherry can really boot the ball.
Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line. And a golden opportunity here, almost a gift for the Hilltoppers, as they will look to tack on some more points before the break.
1st and 10 for Durfee at the Raider 23-yard line.
Sherry, 3 receivers right and 1 left with 1 running back in the backfield. Back to throw is Sherry. Has to get rid of it quick. He does to Cousins. Mosiah Cousins still on his feet, and he is in. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Mosiah Cousins taking off after catching that screen pass, and definitely an impressive play call, but Kyle Hamlet nearly got that as he jumped as high as he could in the air. But great play by Matt Sherry to fit it over Kyle Hamlet to Cousins for the touchdown.
Mosiah Cousins right there looked like he shot out of a cannon with that speed. And with 13 seconds left in the half, Durfee will look to make it a 7-point lead with this point after attempt.
Good play call.
And a shocking start to this one for both squads, but a very happy start for the Hilltoppers out of the Big 3 conference. Sherry's extra point attempt is up, and it is good. 14-7, Durfee.
And John, that face masking penalty really proved costly for the Raiders, as it put the Hilltoppers in prime position to just throw a little screen pass, and as they did there, a little screen pass over Kyle Hamlin, and as you said, Cousins took off like a cannon, like he was shot out of a cannon for the touchdown. And the Raiders luckily get the ball in the second half, but they really just need to go in the locker room and find out how they need to fix their defense, because it didn't look good at the end of this first half.
A.J. Griffin and Finn Crook, who's back in the game, will be back to receive this kick. From Durfee, they will kick from left to right here. Only 13 ticks left on the clock, so I'm not sure how much this Raider offense will try to do in these waning moments. Matt Sherry to do the kicking again. And a squib kick here, probably the right move if you're Durfee. That one fielded at about the 25-yard line. Still on his feet and moving for a decent gain out to about the 37 is Gavin Gooch.
Great play there. Great little return there by Gavin Gooch. Doesn't get the ball often, but when he does, clearly what you saw there, he can really move the ball upfield.
Raiders set up with the official spot at the 39-yard line. And my assumption would be, Carter, they might want to take a knee here, but who knows with the bag of tricks that Nick Freitas has at his disposal in his 17th season.
Yeah, for sure, John. And you never know what Coach Freitas can do, especially with his experience. But you may be right here, John. It looks like they're just going to take the knee.
7 seconds left in the half. Benjamin under center. And Benjamin will take the knee, and we will head to halftime with Durfee up 14-7 over your Raiders. Back above the press box, J.J. Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you. And Carter, both offenses struggling in that first half, but Durfee getting the better of Somerset Berkley at the end.
Yeah, for sure, John. I mean, that screen pass was really phenomenal to watch, and the Raiders definitely have to figure out some kinks in their defense, because despite how both defenses looked really good in the first half, they were not as good as the Hilltoppers were.
And to talk a little bit about the Raider offense, they had their offensive struggles, as did their defense in the first and second quarter, but you have to like that touchdown drive that was finished off by the run.
Yeah, Liam Meehan, really the staple on that drive, just taking almost every handoff and pitch to him and really executed to perfection.
A lot of execution to perfection will be needed for both these squads if they want to come out of Hanson Memorial Field victorious tonight. I'm J.J. Sylvia, Carter Sylvia, and I will see you on the other side of this halftime break.
Without square, there cannot be groove. Without chaos, there cannot be order. Without one, there cannot be many. Without square, there cannot be groove.
Square.
What? Okay.
Square.
What?
Square.
Without tension, there cannot be resolution. Without left, there cannot be right.
Fans, let's hear some noise for our Somerset Berkley Raider Marching Band and the Color Guard.
Back here at Hanson Memorial Field, JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you. And Carter, Durfee up 14-7 as we get set to start the second half. Raiders will get the ball first. Who do you think needs to get ball most for this offense to help the Raiders tie it back up?
I mean, as we saw in the first half, Liam Meehan was really playing well, cooking when getting the ball in his hands, and I hope that they keep giving him to him more because he'll just keep delivering.
And Carter, for Durfee, the focus really has to be to tighten up on defense in the second half. You've had a lot of success defensively in the first half. If you want to come out of here victorious, your D needs to step up again.
For sure, John, especially stopping Liam Meehan on those halfback pitches. I mean, they were abusing that on the Raiders' final offensive drive, and it really torched that Hilltopper defense.
14-7 in favor of Durfee as we head down to field level and get set to get started here in the second half. You're on Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, SB Blue Raider Studios, and Fred TV. Second half about to get underway here at Hanson Memorial Field. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you as the 1-2 Durfee Hilltoppers do battle with your 0-3 Somerset Berkley Raiders, and both teams in a must-win situation in the early part of their season tonight. Both desperately hoping they can come out of here with a victory. Durfee will kick off from right to left across your screens with Matt Sherry. Kick will bounce down past the goal line, and it will be a touchback.
Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Raiders ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That was a near scare there, Carter, for the SB special teams. It looked like that one may have died at about the 1-yard line, but luckily able to bounce past the goal line.
And along with that, John, it nearly touched Finn Crook's foot, and if that happened, he could have got pinned back really deep into their own field, part of the field.
But nonetheless, Raiders will come out to the 20-yard line. That is where they will start.
1st and 10 for Somerset Berkley.
Mason Benjamin to lead an offense that has only ran, if I recall, 1 or 2 pass plays this entire game. Another give to Meehan. Flag comes in late. Meehan able to get about 5 on that one, maybe 6. And it looks like an illegal shift on the offense there will bring the Raiders back, so that Meehan gain will be nullified.
There is a flag on the play.
That's another Raiders penalty that could really cost them another drive. So they really got to start limiting those penalties because this game could be over in a flash if those keep happening.
Just getting started here in half number 2, and the Raiders once again kicking themselves in the shin with penalties.
5-yard penalty, 1st down and 15.
1st and 15 coming up for the Raiders. Benjamin Trying to take the snap. Looks like a pre-snap penalty here. Both teams pointing at each other. Let's see what the call is here. Carter, what did you see?
It's either a false start and offsides. It's really whatever. It's a split-second decision. I mean, and it looks like it'll be an offside on the Hilltoppers.
So that'll help the Raiders out. That'll bring them back to the initial line of scrimmage at the 20. And again, first down and 10.
5-yard penalty brings it back to a first down and 10.
I'm really looking, Carter, in this second half for the Raiders to open up the passing game. It was so successful for them in the opening game at home against Fairhaven. Benjamin running right here. And another pre-snap flag thrown. And again, it's against Somerset Berkley, another illegal shift.
The flag is a legal shift against Somerset Berkley.
That's another illegal shift penalty on this drive, and those are what they're called drive killers. And let's hope the Raiders on another first down. Let's see if they can try and pick up some of this yardage back in order to march down the field.
5-yard penalty against the Raiders, back to a first down and 15.
Once again, a first down and 15 as these two teams ping-pong back and forth with penalties.
Oh, right there. Again.
And more movement prior to the snap.
There's another flag
Both
on the
these
play.
teams eager to get moving, but they have to wait on the snap. Let's see if this one's against the Raiders or Durfee here. Looks like it's against the Raiders again.
Start against Somerset Berkley.
False start is the call.
And that's another really bad penalty by the Raiders offense, being a false start. Now that puts them at a 1st and 20, and that's almost impossible to get out of unless you get a huge gain on one of these plays.
So now the Raiders push back to their own 10-yard line in what seems like an almost insurmountable situation.
And on the rate they're going, if they keep getting more and more penalties, it could result in a safety, like another holding or false start call.
Benjamin going back for Crook. Finn Crook finds some space left side. Will gain about 5 or 6 on that one.
Number 13, Finn Crook, the ball carrier.
So at last, a play without a penalty. Crook 6 yards officially on the carry up to the 16-yard line.
5-yard gain by Crook. Second down and 15.
John, on this 2nd and 15, they may have to go look for the passing game, as I don't know if those short little runs can be sufficient enough to get a first down on the 2nd and 15.
Another double handoff. Crook spins off a tackle, and that's a solid gain right there of nearly 10 yards. Brings up a 3rd and medium.
Crook on another carry. Messiah Cousins on the stop.
Looks like a timeout to be called here. At least for an injury, it looks like. Have a Hilltopper limping over to the sideline there, but we will continue. So the refs, the ones to call time there.
3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Raiders. And Carter, after starting off at most 1st and 20, not a bad outlook here for Somerset Berkley on 3rd down.
Yeah, making it very manageable, 3rd and 5, and with this time going down to 9:30 left in the 3rd quarter, let's see what they can do here, then try and get this first down.
Benjamin under center again. The snap and the pitch back to Meehan. Liam Meehan sheds 1 tackle near the first down. Looks like he has it.
Yeah, and that's really just that grit from Liam Meehan fighting for those extra yards, and with that huge frame, it really benefits him.
So now the Raider offense starting to move. They've got that first down that they were looking for. They're out to the 31-yard line.
10, Somerset Berkley at their own 31.
Under 9 minutes to play in quarter 3. Still 14-7 in favor of the visiting Hilltoppers. In this battle of the Braga Bridge, Benjamin for Crook with some speed, trying to get to the outside. He was taken down. Nice tackle by Carter Morrill.
Yeah, it looks like they're shifting over to Finn Crook as they're seeing Liam Meehan taking a lot of carries. His fatigue is definitely starting to affect him, so glad to see that Finn Crook's okay after his almost injury in the first half.
About a 5-yard gain on the play. Second down and 5. 8 minutes, 10 seconds and counting to go in the quarter. Back into the wing tee. Go Nick Freitas' boys. Benjamin, a bit of a high pitch for me, and nonetheless he charges forward for a solid about 10-yard gain and another Raiders first down.
Yeah, I mean, Liam Meehan dragging 3 or 4 players with him as he leads his head forward and gains another 3 yards, tacked on another 3 yards on top of the 10 that he, top of the first down they got.
10-yard gain on the play results in another Raiders first down.
Raiders offense starting to move more fluidly here.
First and 10 at the Raider 46.
Raiders will snap it at the 46-yard line on their end of the field. Benjamin for Meehan again will roll forward to about the 49-yard line of Durfee.
Yeah, Liam Meehan averaging about 5-6 yards a carry in this game. Definitely an impressive player to watch here tonight.
Another tackle for Carter Morrill, the junior wearing number 51 for the Hilltoppers. Nick Freitas giving his call to Mason Benjamin with under 7 minutes to play in quarter 3.
Second down and 5.
Raiders looking to draw even, down 14-7 to their opponent in the Durfee Hilltoppers. Benjamin back to throw, rush coming, he throws, and it is almost complete. Just slipping just in front of Finn Crook.
Coach Freitas really trying to change it up, going for a little wheel route to Finn Crook, and it was almost completed as he nearly made the fingertip catch.
Not sure if Crook was able to get his hands on it, but just a tad underthrown there by Mason Benjamin.
And in his defense, John, he was facing some heavy pressure.
Stops the clock with 6:44 to go in this third of 4 installments. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Raiders. Benjamin will have Crook outright. Snap to Benjamin and the give to Meehan. Liam Meehan up the middle, very close to the first down. Looks like he's just barely going to be short.
Tough decision for Coach Freitas here. Let's see if he goes for it on this fourth and 1.
A 4th and 1 it will be indeed.
On the tackle for the Hilltoppers.
And at least at first glance, it looks like the Raiders will go for it. But based on how their offense has been running over the last couple drives, Carter, I don't think that's much of a surprise. They've been getting good chunk yardage on each play. Crook out right again. Snap to Benjamin and the give to me, and looks like he has it. Based on the initial spot, he most likely does have the first down, but Durfee is trying to argue that they got the stop. This is going to be a very close call here, a game of inches, literally. Looking like the Raiders do have the first down, at least from where the officials have spotted the ball. Carter, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, from it looks like up here as I walked over to get a better angle on where the ball is spotted, it definitely looks like the Raiders have the first down.
They're going to bring out the chains to measure it. And now we all hold our breath.
Yeah! Yeah! There we go!
And it looks like they're going to give the Raiders the first down, at least at first glance. But now they're going to change the call. Looks like Durfee may have gotten the stop.
As you said, John, literally a game of inches. Like that ball is spotted like 2 or 3 inches more, and that's a clear first down. But now the Raiders really have to show up on defense as the Hilltoppers have good field position.
So a turnover on downs it is officially.
First down, Hilltoppers.
And just another one of those gut punch moments for a Raiders team that has fought hard all night long. 5:59 to go in the third quarter. Durfee will take over on offense. And quarterback Matt Sherry back out on the field.
1st and 10 at the Hilltopper 44.
Sherry will have one receiver to his left, one motioning from right to left in Jalen Williams. Snap to Sherry and the handoff. Running left is Marvin's Antoine. He'll be taken down by Drew Dion after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, real gut punch for the Raiders there on that last sequence. And great run there by Marvin's Antoine, picking up 4 or 5 yards and giving the Hilltoppers a good chance for a first down.
5 yards on the play by Antoine. 2nd down and 5.
So the senior Marvin's Antoine continuing his strong game on the ground. And now Sherry once again with 2 receivers left. He'll motion one from left to right. Fakes the jet sweep and heads up the middle. Sherry has the first down for Durfee.
Matthew Sherry on the quarterback keeper.
Once again, it's one of those quarterback keepers, a QB zone, and Matt Sherry's really been delivering those to perfection, as that's another Hilltopper first down off of Matt Sherry's QB zone.
7 yards on the play. 1st and 10 Durfee at the Raider 44-yard line.
As we go under 5 minutes left in quarter 3, Durfee has another first down now in Raiders territory. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of the Raiders. Antoine in the backfield with Matt Sherry. Sherry will motion Williams from right to left, and the jet sweep goes to Williams, who will get a good chunk of yardage before he's tripped down. Aiden Lambert on the tackle.
Gavin Gooch on the tackle. Looks like Aiden Lambert in there on the stop as well.
Based on the spot, looks like a 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Second down and 4.
That is the case with under 4 to play. Sherry with one running back in the backfield, and Antoine will take it himself. Sherry taken down by Drew Dion after about a 1 or 2 yard gain, if that.
Another QB keeper by Matt Sherry. A little bit of QB blast there, just going right up the middle, trying to just get any yards he can. And he picks up a good 2 to 3 yard gain.
It's a 2-yard gain on the play. It sets up a 3rd down and 2 to go.
3rd and 2 coming up for Durfee.
Let's hear it, fans. We need your support.
Defense in need of a stop here as the bleachers rumble below us. 14-7 Durfee, and they look to build. Sherry, 2 receivers left, 1 running back in the backfield, and Mosiah Cousins. And the give is to Cousins. Jukes left. Cousins still on his feet, able to stiff arm Mello, and he will get the first down after being taken down.
Yeah, great tackle there by Gavin Gooch. I mean, if Gavin Gooch doesn't make that tackle, Cousins is home free for a touchdown. So definitely maybe a crucial play for the Raiders, as it could prevent them from getting a touchdown.
Man, oh man, do the Hilltoppers have a 2-headed monster with Marvin's Antoine and Mosiah Cousins.
Gain of 23 yards on the play.
A 23-yard gain there.
13-yard line.
And now the Hilltoppers set up in the red zone at the 13. About 2.5 left before we head to the 4th quarter here at Hanson Memorial Field. Hilltoppers looking to make it a 2-touchdown advantage. Raiders looking to get a defensive stop deep in their own end. Sherry keeps it himself, bulldozing his way towards the goal line. Touchdown, Durfee.
Number 2, Matthew Sherry, a 13-yard touchdown.
And Carter, this Raider crowd is silenced right now. What an effort by this Durfee offense.
Yeah, Matthew Sherry once again. It's another one of those QB zones, and he bounced off 3 or 4 tacklers into that end zone. And when we were talking earlier, John, about open field tackling, right there is a perfect example where the Raiders just got to wrap up Matt Sherry.
Sherry's extra point up and good. A 21-7 Durfee lead.
21 and Somerset Berkley 7 with 2:25 to go in the third quarter.
And Carter, we were talking about a need need for perfection from both these squads, and Raiders are going to need near perfection the rest of the way if they want to mount a comeback against these Hilltoppers.
Yeah, and they really need to mix up the playbook. I mean, they're really eyeing on Liam Meehan now to be the primary back for this Raider team. As we said, John, earlier, how about we switch into that passing game? That pass to Finn Crook almost worked. It's just slightly underthrown because of the pressure. Let's just see what the Raiders can do here, because down 14 with just a little over 14 minutes to go in this game, it's a lot to come back from.
.225 on the clock. Durfee will kick off from right to left with Matt Sherry, Finn Crook, and Sam Mello back as the deepest kick returners for the Raiders.
Number 2, Matthew Sherry on the kickoff.
A low kick here from Sherry. Crook had a bit of a hard time picking it up. Now he's on the move. Finn Crook looking to get toward the right sideline, and Crook will be wrapped up inside the 20-yard line.
On the return.
A nice tackle by James Gondra. And a flag thrown after the whistle.
There is a flag on the play.
Some pushing and shoving going on after said whistle.
James
So
Gondre on the tackle on the kickoff.
let's see what the call is here.
Yeah, and that's Aiden Lambert, he's a former player who used to live in Fall River and is very familiar with this Durfee team, so definitely some bad blood between them two.
That's why we love having Carter Sylvia in the booth. I was calling him the Somerset Insider before the game today. He always has those extra tidbits of knowledge.
First and 10, Somerset Berkley.
And it looks like the call will be
16-yard
against
line.
Somerset Berkley, so they might be pushed back a little bit. And it is indeed against Somerset Berkley. Raiders will start at the 17-yard line.
There are flags on both teams. They have offsetted.
So the flag
Now
is
it's
on
first
both
and 10.
squads, and they will offset. I do have to correct myself there. Shout out to my buddy Keegan Hamlin on PA for making that correction for me. Benjamin gives it back. Another double handoff, it looks like. A.J. Griffin up the middle. Gets
Double
about
handoff
4.
to number 10, A.J. Griffin.
This Raider offense searching for answers here at the end of quarter 3. They've had 1 fumble and 1 turnover on downs in this
5-yard
one.
gain on the play from Griffin.
And really that has outshined that 1 stellar touchdown drive because of the score we see right now, 21-7 in favor of the Hilltoppers. Benjamin gives it back. And a nice, strong run by Liam Meehan. He'll get the first down.
Yeah, Liam Meehan coming out for blood, as he's probably very angry about the way the last offensive drive went for the Raiders, as he was ruled short on a 4th and 1. He came out of a shot, as John described earlier, shot out of a cannon on that run.
About to go under a minute to go in the third.
Somerset Berkley at their own 34-yard line.
Raiders need a spark from their offense and fast as we look towards the fourth and final quarter. Now under a minute to play. Snap to Benjamin. Gives it to his left and unable to get much of anything there is Brody Cabral.
Number 5, Brody Cabral.
And off the Brody Cabral. First time he's got the ball in this game. Usually a defensive lineman, but now playing fullback, and like seeing him getting involved in the running game.
Second down and 9.
2nd and 9 forthcoming for Somerset Berkley. Benjamin eyeing the defense. And the junior takes the snap, pitching back for Finn Crook, running left. Crook is swept off his feet. A gorgeous display
Number 18, James
of tackling by Gondry.
Rodriguez on the combined tackle.
Looks like Joel Michella got in there too for the Hilltoppers. And that will conclude this third quarter of play. 21-7. The Hilltoppers lead your Raiders as we head to the fourth and final quarter here on Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, Fred TV, and Blue Raider Studios on YouTube. Fourth quarter underway here at Hanson Memorial Field. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia back with you.
3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Raiders here. Benjamin fakes the handoff and looks to throw. It's a little flip pass to Drew Dion. Dion will shed a tackle with a stiff arm and head down the left sideline. Drew Dion has the Raider first down past the 40 of Durfee.
Everybody hold up them fours. This Raider team's different in the fourth quarter. Nice little screen pass to Drew Dion, and he bounces it to the outside for a Raiders first down.
And fans, once again, our Somerset Berkley Athletic Boosters team is seeking help for the fall sports season. If you're interested in becoming a board member or assisting in the concession stand, please email sbabc@sbregional.org for more information. Benjamin for Meehan goes right up the gut. Meehan nearly having the first down. Looks like he might have got it.
Number 18, James Gondry on the tackle.
And I'd like to shout out Bryson Kane and Nathan Chapman for our media team taking photos for tonight's game, as they've done a great job, as Bryson Kane has over 15 photos in the Boston Globe.
Yeah, Bryson Kane, a stellar photographer, as part of a growing and booming photography program here at Somerset Berkley Regional. 2nd and short here. Benjamin looking to throw, and Finn Crook was in the area, but he was well defended by Marvin's Antoine. Some of the Somerset fans were looking for a PI call there, but no give from the officials. 3rd down and short coming up for Somerset Berkley.
Yeah, it looked like, John, it was kind of an uncatchable ball, so it's really hard to rule a pass interference.
Benjamin getting his call from head coach Nick Freitas. 10:49, the clock stoppage time left in this one. Raiders looking for a score. Benjamin for Crook, running a bit to his left, and Crook will stay on his feet to get a few more yards to about the 20-yard line.
Raiders marching down the field with screen passes and little runs up the middle. Great gain there by Finn Crook to get another Raiders first down.
First down. First and 10 at the Hilltopper 20.
Raiders looking to gain the red zone. Benjamin takes the snap. They give to Meehan, and he'll hand it off to an immediate tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Double handoff to number 13.
Finn Crook had the carry, and in on the tackle for Durfee was Michael Gibson.
Michael Gibson knew exactly what was going on there. That double handoff was easily read by Gibson, and that was blown up for a 1-yard loss.
Raiders do indeed lose one on that play. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. Durfee still holding on to that 2-touchdown lead, 21-7.
Actually, John, make that 2 yards a loss on that play.
Benjamin gives to Meehan. Running up the middle, Meehan stumbling forward near the first down marker again, just barely short by a couple of yards, if that.
Looks like Gibson and Gondre again on the stop.
Despite how many carries Liam Meehan has in this game, Coach Freitas is still going to him constantly for carries, and he's not disappointing as he's still getting 5 to 6 yards per carry.
Gain of 9 yards on the play, 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3 coming up for Somerset Berkley. Bit of a different look on the last few plays, not the usual wing T. To Meehan, spins off a tackle. He's got the first down inside the 10.
The ball carrier.
It'll be 1st and goal for Somerset Berkley.
Yeah, Raiders are moving efficiently down the field as they're going to need it. Just under 9 minutes to play here in the ball game. They get a touchdown here. It's anybody's game.
And for those of us watching this one, this is the drive that the Raiders were looking for. Getting positive chunks on each play, limiting the penalties, and on the doorstep of making this a one-score game here in Somerset. Another two-back look here. Benjamin tried the pitch back, ball's on the ground. Benjamin tried to pounce on it. Looks like he was able to. And we were talking about mistakes, a little bit of a broadcaster's jinx there. Benjamin nearly losing it, but able to get it back.
Definitely a crucial recovery there by Mason Benjamin, really finding the ball and jumping right on, because if the Hilltoppers gained possession there, this ball game could have been over.
Now a 2nd and goal with the Raiders push back a few yards.
From the 12.
Ball at the 12-yard line. Mason Benjamin takes the snap and gives to Liam Meehan. Meehan up the middle, lowers his shoulders, bulldozing his way inside the 5-yard line again. A late flag coming in. Let's see if this will help the Raiders or not. Initial look would suggest that the call is on Durfee. And if that's the case, it's going to push the Raiders to pretty much the 1 or 2 yard line. And it looks like we have not only a penalty on Durfee, but also an ejection. It is an ejection for targeting on Justin Bessel Jr.
An uncommon call you see in high school football. You see it a lot in college as it's televised games, but in high school you never really see targeting penalties. So great job by the refs there, really to keep out for player safety.
Player safety always a priority. Clock stop with 7.5 to play. Head coach Taylor Brown pleading his case. But I don't think that's going to change the situation much. Somerset Berkley with a gift here. Much similar to the one Durfee got in the first half. Let's see if they can cash in on that gift.
As it looks like the ball was placed half a distance to the goal.
Benjamin back for me and again up the middle. Touchdown! Somerset Berkley, and it's Liam Meehan, his 2nd of the game.
Liam Meehan really having a stellar game today with his 2nd touchdown here on the game. Let's see what the Raiders can do. Maybe they go for 2, but most likely not, as let's see if they can make this extra point as Gavin Kamara is up to kick.
Kamara will kick and Benjamin will hold here on this point after attempt.
Number 28, Gavin Kamara to kick the extra point.
Low snap. Kamara has his kick blocked.
The extra point attempt is blocked and no good. That keeps the score.
So it will be 21-13 in favor of Durfee. And now, Carter, if you're the Raiders, there's really only one plan that you can possibly have.
Yeah, that plan is try and draw a turnover. They really need that ball back quick in order to, because now with that block kick, you need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in order to tie up this ball game.
7 minutes, 24 seconds left. And as Carter said, This Raider defense, who has had their struggles making stops for a majority of this season, will need to stand as tall as ever on this next offensive drive for Durfee if they want to find a way to tie this one up. Raiders will kick off from right to left after that last touchdown. Looks like Camara will do the kicking. Nelson Caraballo back to receive for the Hilltoppers. He's pretty much the only one back there. Durfee stacking the 50 and 45-yard line with pretty much the rest of their special teams squad here, Carter.
Yeah. If it looks like here, Keegan, as they know that low kick may come out, so they're going to try and get blocks upfield and see if they can get a nice kick return here.
Raiders looking like they'll go for the onside. It hit a Raiders player before it went the necessary amount of yards, but nonetheless, Durfee will pick it up and they will have prime field position again on offense.
Yeah, interesting call there by Coach Freitas. Definitely maybe a little early for an onside kick, as there's only there's still 7 minutes left on the clock, so it's definitely an interesting call, but with his experience, I back his play.
Durfee set up at pretty much midfield, but looks like because it hit a Raider before it went the necessary 10 yards, it's going to be set up in Raider territory for the Durfee offense to start.
10 for the Hilltoppers.
Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of Somerset Berkley. Sherry shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 2 running backs in the backfield. Sherry will take it up the middle. He's got about 2 on that keeper.
It looks like it was in there was Max Pasternak and Jaden Medeiros as two forces on this Raiders defensive line, as they've had two individually stellar games today.
2nd down and 8 coming up for the Hilltoppers. About 6.5 to play in this game. Every single play so crucial for both these squads, each seeking a much-needed win in this one. 1 receiver left and 2 right here for Matt Sherry. The southpaw takes the snap and gives the handoff to Antoine. Antoine shifting back towards the middle of the field, looking like he will have a first down almost for Durfee, stopped about a yard short.
Another player with a stellar game sign has been Marvin's Antoine, and looks like he's about 1 yard short on that about 7-yard gain. And if the Hilltoppers get a first down here, it's going to be really tough for the Raiders to stop them from chewing clock.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1 on the way. And Raiders seeking a stop to save the day. Sherry with Antoine and Cousins in the backfield with him, takes the snap, going right up the chute. Does he have enough?
That is Matthew Sherry on the keeper.
Doesn't look like he does, at least at first glance.
As it looks like Jason Poisson
was in number 55, Jason Poisson.
Was in the middle of that tackle, as he's been kind of quiet here tonight, but great to see him getting on the stat sheet.
Gain on the play, 4th down and inches.
4th and inches coming up for Durfee. And now the question is, do you punt and play conservative, or do you go for it and risk the Raiders getting the ball back? Clock ticking, under 5 minutes to play. Time most certainly not on the Raiders' side. And before the snap, a timeout called.
We have a timeout called by Durfee High School with 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. That is their first timeout of the 2nd half.
Durfee burning their first time out of the 2nd half. Carter, your head coach Taylor Brown here. What's your call here on 4th and inches?
I mean, There's a lot of things you call. You've seen that QB zone with Matthew Sherry has been working, but the Raiders stopped it on that last play. So maybe they'll go back to that screen pass in the first half when that really exploded for a touchdown. Let's see what they do here.
Somerset Berkley will play Greater New Bedford next week on the road. Carter and Keegan Hamlet will be on the call for that one. You can view that on Keegan's YouTube channel as a live stream. Keegan Hamlet broadcasting on YouTube.
Yep. It will be me and Keegan on that call, so definitely should be an interesting contest.
And here we go. Out of the timeout. 4th and inches. Durfee seeking a first. Raiders seeking a stop. Sherry has a receiver in motion. Sherry fakes the give and takes it himself. He has the first down.
Yeah. Once again, it's that fake jet sweep into a QB zone. It's been working all night, and it worked again there for another Hilltoppers first down.
And fans, just one more reminder. Tonight's Somerset Berkley football coverage is brought to you by Somerset Federal Credit Union, offering great rates, trusted financial guidance, and personalized service with locations in Somerset and Swansea, Massachusetts. At SFCU, our focus is always you.
First and 10.
Another timeout on the way. Or at least it looked like it. Some confusion on whether or not that's the case. Durfee's coaching staff definitely seems a bit confused themselves, but nonetheless, we will pause for a moment with 4:13 to go, and Durfee driving down the field for pretty much the knockout punch here, Carter.
For sure, John, and the Raiders desperately need to stop here because another first down or two really can end the ball game because timeouts may be running out for the Raiders.
Durfee came into this one ranked 20th in the Division I power rankings, the first of the season released by the MIAA. Somerset Berkley ranked number 25 in the D4 rankings.
Out of the timeout, it's a 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers come out of this timeout, another 1st down and 10, looking to kill clock and secure a big road victory to even up their record at 500, 2-2. Antoine running left, gets tripped up just shy of the 1st down marker.
The ball carrier.
Another stoppage here. Looking like a Freitas timeout.
You got to start using them early because you really need to. Now with a 2nd and 10, all you need is 2 more stops, and you can eventually get out here unscathed. But
Somerset Berkley, they're first.
Now, Coach Freitas has some time to draw up a good defensive play in here to stop the Hilltopper offense.
On the tackle.
Four minutes and 2 seconds left to go here at Hanson Memorial Field. And the outlook looking rather dire right now for the hometown Raiders, down 21-13, and the Durfee Hilltoppers coming in as the visitor in this one are not too far away from another score. Low snap to Sherry and the handoff left for Mosiah Cousins. He is wrapped up with not much gain at all.
That's a huge break for the Raiders defense. They really needed that tackle there because if he springs that loose for a 1st down,
timeout, Somerset Berkley, their second.
It would have looked like ball game was over right there.
Raiders will burn their 2nd timeout with 3:52 left, and it'll bring up a big 3rd down on the way after this timeout.
Last play with a gain of 1 yard.
We mentioned already for Somerset Berkley that their next matchup is against Greater New Bedford Folk on the road to talk a little bit about the upcoming games for Durfee. As we come out of this timeout, Durfee will play at Braintree next on October 3rd. That'll be a 6 p.m. kickoff up near Boston. Sherry makes a move, heading for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Durfee. And that might be the dagger.
Yeah, the gut punch there by Matt Sherry. Matt Sherry, his third rushing touchdown of the game. Very impressive rushing performance by Matt Sherry.
A lot of cheering and whooping going on right now from these Hilltopper faithful.
Please, no running in the walking area. Please, no running in the walking area.
As the Hilltoppers look to go to 2-2, looks like a fake PAT attempt here. Sherry able to shake a tackler in the backfield. He's going to try to head home. He cannot get there. So it will be 27-13 after that unsuccessful fake PAT attempt that turned into a 2-point conversion attempt.
Gotta say though, John, those were some pretty sweet moves there by Matt Sherry with a spin move. Definitely very impressive.
Impressive indeed. 3:45 to go. Raiders will look to save face on this potential last drive of the game for them offensively.
Based off how much time they got left on the clock, John, Coach Freitas may have the result going to a primarily passing offense here on this last drive, because you need to get down that field quick and score, and then get an onside kick in an ideal scenario and score again.
We just want to thank you all for tuning in with us again on whatever platform you might be watching: Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, Fall River Educational TV, or Fred TV, and of course Blue Raider Studios on YouTube.
And we've seen Coach Freitas do crazy things before, like backwards laterals and crazy type of plays. So you never know what Coach Freitas can come up with here in these final 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
We will wait and see as Landon Nagara will kick it off from left to right. Solid kick here for Nagara. Ends up in the hands of Austin Parker. Parker able to get to about the 40-yard line before he's taken down. And more pushing and shoving after the whistle. Flag goes flying.
There's a flag on the play.
Clock stop with 3:39 to go. Let's see who the flag is against here. Looks like a personal foul to be called on both squads. Those penalties will offset.
The flags will offset.
Joel! Stop! Talking to the ref! Get away! Max, get in! Max! Lost control!
3 minutes, 39 seconds left in the Raider offense. Back on the field.
16 yards on the return by Austin Parker. Sets up a 1st and 10 at the Raider 40-yard line.
A 16-yard return for Austin Parker, and now Benjamin back under center. Benjamin will give to Meehan. Meehan shaking one tackle, then two, and able to roll forward to nearly the first down marker.
Liam Meehan, the ball carrier. 10-yard gain results in the Raiders' first down.
Looks like Meehan did get enough for the first. Good start to this Raider drive, but as Carter was saying, if they want to have a chance at coming back, they need a pass play at some point here to really break open this one. Benjamin, here comes the pass, back to throw, airing it out deep. He's got Parker, but he dropped it. Not sure if it was a drop or a fumble. Right now it's ruled as a fumble. Marvin's Antoine picked it up, and he is going to go out of bounds, but it looks like Durfee has possession from it. That's a close call between whether it was a drop or a fumble. Not sure if Parker had full possession of that one.
I mean, great throw there by Mason Benjamin over the top on the post route, and Austin Parker, I don't know whether it's a fumble or ruled as a catch. We'll see what the ref's decisions are after this short break.
There is a flag down as well at about the 50-yard line, so let's see what the decisions are here. But just another tough bounce.
I do want to add, though, great hustle play there by Jaden Medeiros. He came all the way across the field and hunted the returner down. And that would be Marvin's Antoine, who now both sides of the ball has been really impactful.
So as of right now, it looks like it's ruled a fumble. Durfee will take over with 2:58 to play in a 27-13 game that they lead in. And it is so quiet right now here at Hanson Memorial Field that you can almost hear a pen drop.
Ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by Durfee. There was a flag against Durfee. They're set up 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Durfee set up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25. Officials getting everything set up before we keep going here. Still 2 minutes and 58 seconds left. Plenty of time for something crazy to happen. Sherry, shotgun formation, takes the snap and hands it off. Mosiah Cousins will get a couple.
Timeout called by Somerset Berkley.
And as it
With 2:50
stands,
to go in
Coach Freitas
regulation.
calls a timeout with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on
That
the
is
clock.
their third and final
That is
timeout.
also the third and final timeout. So let's see what Coach Freitas can draw up here to try and
Last
salvage
play for a
anything
gain
out of this
about
football
2
game.
yards.
Just a lot of worst-case scenarios faced tonight by Somerset Berkley. And getting pretty much every bounce to go their way are the Durfee Hilltoppers, who have come in and shocked this near-capacity crowd here at Hanson Memorial that slowly starts to make their way towards the exits. Carter, what do you think the big positive takeaways are for Durfee in this one?
I mean, they really managed the clock very well in this fourth quarter. I mean, they got touchdowns, and then they forced turnovers, and now they got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Let's see if they continue that great clock management and so they can win this ball game.
Another give to Antoine, heading towards the right sideline. Antoine dragged out of bounds by Aiden Lambert. There's a flag down at the end of the play.
Antoine, but there is a flag on the play. Aiden Lambert on the tackle.
As of right now, it's a Durfee first down. Looks like a hold on the offense, so that first down will be negated.
The flag on the field was a hold against Durfee.
And Carter, if you're Somerset Berkley, what do you think the big takeaways are from this one as you head into another tough test next week against New Bedford Voc, a team that you were able to beat last season?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, the offense just needs to pick up some slack. I mean, the defense definitely has held their own. I mean, it's not like they were excellent today. Obviously, with the 3 rushing touchdowns by Matt Sherry shows that the defense needs some work too. It's a whole team effort. Everyone needs to get better.
Second and long coming up for Durfee. And it looks like Sherry
There's a flag on the play.
was able to get the Raider defensive line to jump it. Most likely an offside on the defense,
Flag
and that is the case.
Against Somerset Berkley.
And now another flag coming in after the initial call from one of the officials behind the Raider defense. At first glance, looks like it might be perhaps a taunting penalty there. Clock still stopped, so a slow-moving last few minutes of this one. Yeah, and it's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike against Durfee.
So Durfee will be pushed back a bit. Lots of penalties at the end of this one, Carter. Emotions really running high in this rivalry matchup.
As you said, John, it's a battle of the Braga Bridge, and as you said earlier, it hasn't disappointed.
Durfee pushed back deep into their own territory now. Good sign for the Raiders, though, who, if they can get a stop, might be able to get another score on the board with the time that's left. No timeouts, however, is to be noted for Nick Freitas' squad. They've used them all. Hilltoppers break the huddle.
After the flag, second down and 23.
Second down and a country mile for Durfee. Sherry will keep it and run into a sea of blue.
Gain of 3 yards on the play.
Hunter Martin lost his helmet at the end of that play, too. He'll have to come off. He was looking for some sort of flag there, didn't get it. Clock running again, under 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play. A third and still just as long on the way for Durfee. Pretty much in clock killer mode here. They're in no rush to get any snaps off here. Sherry will get his call from head coach Taylor Brown and give it to the huddle.
Timeout, Durfee.
And now the Hilltoppers will call a timeout of their own. Minute and 43 seconds. The clock stoppage time. Carter Sylvia and I will step aside for a moment. We'll be right back.
20.
Third down and 20 out of the timeout. A minute and 43 seconds left in this one. Hilltoppers pretty much have this wrapped up.
And will bring great momentum into their next contest for next week.
Yeah, that matchup against Braintree is going to be a big one, a clash between two big city schools in the area. Sherry fakes the handoff, looking to run. Nowhere for him to go.
As Durfee is no stranger to playing big inner city schools, as they're in the Big Three conference with Brockton and New Bedford High School.
Number 4, Marvin Zanton.
Clock still running.
No gain on the play.
Which, John, you're pretty familiar with the New Bedford High School players in that area over there as you're a teacher.
Yeah, indeed. Clock will run under a minute before we see any more action here. Looks like a punt on the way for Durfee. Nagara back to do the punting, and Crook back to receive for the Raiders.
The Hilltoppers line up in punt formation.
As now the buses and pack the buses chants coming from the Durfee student fan section. Hilltoppers killing all the time they can. Late flag comes in. That'll stop the clock again with 43 seconds. It is a delay of game, so the Hilltoppers will be pushed back even further, which might help the Raiders a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, John, as the punt will maybe not even come to half field. So Finn Crook, if he gets a hold of this one, might be able to return for some decent yardage.
Crook still back to receive, and now Nagara in his own end zone looking to receive this punt. High snap, Nagara able to get it away. This one will bounce about 10 yards in front of Crook. He'll let it roll, and then he'll pick it up at about the 45. Crook will be smothered almost instantly once he picked it up. And with 32 seconds left, the Raiders will take over on offense. Perhaps just trying to get a couple more reps in and maybe a couple plays practiced for next week.
Maybe they'll try something different in the playbook, John. Maybe chuck a ball, sending like trips down the field, 3 receivers just going straight to the end zone and try and get a quick touchdown and maybe an onside kick.
Anything is possible. As I've said multiple times, I've seen crazier stuff happen. Durfee, I'm sure, will be in a prevent look here. The Durfee student fan section fired up about this win. If it does stick, Durfee will even their record at 500, 2-2. Somerset, if this score stands, will go to 0-4. Benjamin takes the snap and drops back. About a 3-step drop. Benjamin looking deep again, and it's incomplete.
Benjamin's pass is incomplete.
He was looking for Austin Parker.
Austin Parker.
Parker was once again well defended. Multiple Hilltoppers in the area to prevent that pass from being completed. 26 seconds left, and now a second down here for Somerset Berkley. Benjamin will drop back again. Looks for a flip pass. It's popped up in the air. Brody Cabral nearly had it. Not sure if it will be a fumble or an incompletion. It's ruled an incompletion. So with 18 seconds left, it'll be a third down for the Raiders.
Third down and 10.
I'd expect another pass here after 2 straight passes to start this drive. Benjamin, this time actually a double handoff. It goes to Sam Mello. Mello shakes one tackle, another with a stiff arm. He'll get out of bounds with 11 seconds left. Looks like he had enough for the first down as well. We'll see what the ruling is.
Good little disguise there, play there by the Raiders. I mean, it looked like Finn Crook almost took that handoff, but actually Sam Mello took it wide for a now
good enough for
first.
Raiders
Looks
first
like
down.
good enough for a Raiders first down, as Keegan says over the intercom.
"11 seconds left before we wrap this one up.
37.
A sea of white shirts from the student fan section on this whiteout game heading towards the exits. Benjamin, the give to Mello, running right, nowhere for him to go. Initial wrap-up was by Louis Pina. And the clock will trickle down to 0. And Durfee has come into Hanson Memorial Field and shocked the Raiders here in this installment of the Battle of the Braga Bridge. Final score, 27-13. Back above the press box, JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you. And Carter, just not the outcome the Raiders were looking for tonight.
No, definitely not, John. Just as you said while we were in the break, that everything that went wrong, everything that could have gone wrong for the Raiders did happen.
And for Durfee, Carter, this is a statement win to bring their record even at 500, 2-2. You have to be happy if you're head coach Taylor Brown.
Oh, for sure. And as I said earlier, it's going to create huge momentum into the game next week against Braintree, where they're going to need a tip-top performance.
So once again, the Raiders will drop to 0-4. Durfee will go to 2-2 for our entire cruise on all of our platforms that we're televising from tonight. I'm JJ Sylvia for our cameraman Brian and my partner Carter Sylvia. I wish you a good rest of your night from here in Somerset.